Up next, a look at the new 132 scale TIE Fighter from AMT. Well, hey guys, and welcome back to another Industry Modeler. I am comfortably sitting here in my office because it is about 90 plus degrees in the garage right now, so pretty uncomfortable to do anything in the garage at the moment. We got the sun setting here to my right, which is why the lighting is this way. So I hope you don't mind, it's a little bit washed out on this side here. And also excuse the echo in the room because I'm recording everything in the room and I have the door closed, so everything just kind of bounces around here. But before I begin, I'd like to first thank you guys for all the kind comments you left regarding my land speeder. I really do appreciate it. As always, it was a fun project to work on. So what I have to share with you in this video is another Star Wars item. This is the new 132 scale model kit that was released by AMT. I first learned about this model at Wonderfest. I can't recall if it was last year or the year before, but I've been waiting for it for quite some time, so I was excited to see that it was finally released and got mine from Culttvman.com. I'll place the link to his website below. The model retails about $89 plus shipping, so it's not an inexpensive model, but it promises to be a studio accurate model kit, and it sure looks to be the case. And this is one of the reasons I'm doing this video, because I don't do box openings very often, but I wanted to make an exception with this kit because I did peek at it, and I think you'll find it of interest here. It is a beautifully detailed kit. Now, sitting next to it is the old 148 scale model. This has been re-released a few times through the years. This is the latest release, and this model is not a bad one of the TIE Fighter. You know, it is what it is. It measures about 6 inches in height. The new one measures 13.5 inches tall. Now, I always go on about not having enough room in my office here, but I really wanted this kit and wanted to get a hold of it, so I'm not sure where I'm going to fit it, but yeah, I'll find some place for it. Now, what I'd like to do here is something a little bit different versus just opening the box and showing you parts and showing you the trees and stuff. I thought it might be more interesting to kind of walk through the instructions, so it kind of gives you an idea of how the model is supposed to go together, and in doing so, show you the parts as I go along. So hopefully you'll find this a bit more interesting versus just kind of opening the box and showing you different parts. So let's get started, and I'd like to begin with showing you the box art. Well, let's begin by taking a look at the box, which features a beautiful painting of the TIE Fighter along with a fully outfitted fighter pilot next to it. The back cover includes a description of the kit's features and states that this is a replica of the ship as seen in A New Hope. The cover also shows a shot of a completed model that is lit with green LEDs for the laser turrets and a red glow that illuminates the cockpit. Moving on to the side panels of the cover, this side panel shows another shot of a completed kit along with a view of the decals that are included. This one now shows more shots of a completed lighted kit along with a look at the interior, the intricate detailing, and a view of how the engines would look illuminated. Moving on to the side panels of the bottom cover, these show placement of the decals. I actually miss having these on the instruction sheets, but many kits now are coming this way. On this panel, you can see that the kit offers 2 options for outfitting your pilot. And here are the placement of the cockpit decals. Let's go ahead and open up the box and take a look at the kit. So there are 6 pages to the instructions. There's nothing fancy here, just the basic line schematics that we're all accustomed to. There are 19 stages listed to complete assembly of the 128 parts that are included in the kit. So let's go through the steps and also take a look at the parts that are provided for each phase of the build. Now, it's recommended to start with the pilot, as you see here, and here are the parts included. Once assembled, the pilot along with some of the instruments are placed into the floor section, which is actually a clear piece to help with lighting the interior. The next step is to move on to the enclosure for the cockpit, and here are the parts for this section. The enclosure is detailed using decals 1 through 11 that are provided on the decal sheet, and the entire assembly is then placed into the center of the fighter. These steps now show all of the pieces that will go into the main body. And as you can see, there are quite a few individual parts, again demonstrating the level of detail they provide here. So here is a look at the main body of the ship, and you just can't help but appreciate the level of detailing. Truly an amazing job they've done with this kit. Let me take a second just to show you how this compares to an actual shot of a studio miniature. This is from Sculpting of Galaxy, and you can see how close it really looks to this studio model. Let's bring out now the 1/48 scale pieces so you can see how they compare. And just check out how much larger and more accurate the 1/32 scale model is. Moving on now to steps 12 through 14, we continue to add more odds and ends to the main body before moving on to the window. Here's a look at the frame for the main window and the upper hatch. Again, beautifully detailed. And can't resist another comparison to the 1/48 scale model kit. The next phase of the build are the wings, and these large pieces are now constructed in the fashion that you see here. Here's a look at some of the panels and attachments. There are 4 packages like this, and the detailing here is also quite nice. This is all in contrast now to the wings that are included in the 1/48 scale model, which then require a lot of masking to make it look right. It's nice that this can all be avoided now, since the panels are all separated. And the final step as shown here is attachment of the wings to the main body, and the model kit comes with the black dome stand and post that is pretty standard now with most ATM model kits. Well, I hope you enjoyed this look at the new TIE Fighter. It is an impressive model kit. I don't think you'd be disappointed if you got a hold of it. So you might want to add this one to your list for sure if you can swing it. Now, I'm not going to get to this model by the end of this year. I'm going to include it in my builds for 2024. Whether I kick off the year with it or not, I'm not sure just yet, but it will definitely be on my list for next year. Now, coming up on the channel is another box opening I'd like to do for you. This is a kit from Cosmic Scale Models. It is a model kit of the landing bay from Battlestar Galactica. Now, this is based on the Reimagined series, and it is compatible with the 1/72 scale models that Mobius Models had produced of the Vipers several years ago, or a number of years back. I've been doing some research, and some of those kits are still available on eBay for not too high of a price. So I'm hoping to get a hold of those so I can build those models with this model. But it is a really nice display of the Battlestar Galactica landing bay. So I thought you'd enjoy taking a look at that one as well. Now, coming up on the channel also is going to be, because right around the corner is October, so that means another Halloween build, and I'm making plans for that. So I'll be sharing those plans with you shortly as well. So thanks again for watching. If you have any questions, as always, feel free to leave a comment down below or email me at interestedamather@gmail.com. Thanks again for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.